Lesson 26, More Complicated Equations. Sometimes, when we have an equation to solve, the variable will appear not only on one side of the equation, but on both sides. Whenever we have this happen, we can easily use the additive property of equality to move the variables to one side. Remember, the additive property of equality says that we can keep an equation balanced as long as we add the same thing to both sides. So with this equation, for example, 3x minus 4 equals 5x plus 7. I want to move my variables, 3x and 5x, so that they're on the same side. I like to put mine on the left side of the equation, but you can go either way. So I'll need to get rid of this 5x over here on the right, so I subtract 5x. Using the additive property of equality, I have to do the same thing to the left side. I'll subtract 5x. This will give me negative 2x minus 4 on the left equals 7 on the right. I now need to get my constants, the things that are not variables, over onto the same side, the opposite side from the variables. So to get rid of this negative 4 on the left, I'll add 4, and I'll add 4 on the right to keep it balanced. Then I end up with negative 2x equals 11. I divide both sides by negative 2, and I get x equals negative 11 over 2. Sometimes we'll have some like terms that we can combine before we do any further steps in the equation. So in this one, for example, 3x plus 2 minus x plus 4 equals negative 5 minus x minus 4. Before we do anything else, let's make our lives easier by combining these like terms. On the left, we have 3x and negative x, which will combine to 2x. We also have 2 and 4, which will combine to 6. On the right, we have negative 5 and negative 4 combined to negative 9, and then a negative x also. Now we'll use the additive property of equality to move things around. To get rid of this negative x on the right, we add x to the left side will give us 3x on the left. To get rid of this positive 6 on the left, we subtract x, subtract 6, subtract 6 from the right side as well. We get negative 15. 3x equals negative 15. Divide both sides by 3, negative 15 over 3, or negative 5. To put the steps in a more general form, first we'll combine like terms, we'll move the variable to one side, move the constants to the other side, and then we'll solve. Let's look at one more example. 2x plus 3x plus 4x minus 5 equals 2 plus 3 plus 4x. We'll combine our like terms. On the left, 2x, 3x, and 4x combine to give us 9x. Minus 5 stays the same, there's nothing else to combine it with. And on the right, 2 and 3 will combine to give us 5, and 4x will stay as is. To move our variables to the left, I subtract 4x from each side. This will cancel out the 4x on the right, and on the left it'll give us 5x after we subtract it from 9x. To move our constants to the right, I need to get rid of that negative 5 on the left. So I add 5 to the left side, and I add 5 to the right side. Negative 5 and the positive 5 on the left cancel out, and on the right I end up with 10. So I have 5x equals 10. I then divide each side by 5, and I get that x equals 2.